Bye, baby.
Bye. Hey, back at Dennis Cove Road Trailhead. I had a great weekend. My husband came down to visit for our anniversary. It's hard to say goodbye though. But I have a shorter day today. I'm doing 9 miles and I am slack packing. You can see I have a little day pack on. We dropped my big pack at Boots Off Hostel, and I am going to be slack packing from Dennis Cove Road down to Boots Off Hostel, where I will stay tonight and then continue on from there tomorrow. It's a beautiful day right now. There is a chance of rain later. So I do have my rain jacket in the day pack. So I believe this is the Laurel Fork River. And this is Laurel Fork Gorge. Pretty pretty. All the way up. So it's been about a quarter-mile steep down on these big rock steps. But very worth it. This is Laurel Falls. Really pretty. Taking a swim. Slippery.
Move along the edge. Sort of tricky.
Holy cow. Where I leave the river and start up the mountain. I've got about 3 miles to the top and then about 3 more miles down the other side to Boots Off Hostel. More signs of spring. I stopped partway up the climb, probably about maybe halfway, to have some lunch. Got peanut butter on a wrap. The sky is all overcast now, and I'm feeling occasional little drizzle drops. So I might get rained on today. It started to drizzle harder, so I figured the easiest way to make the rain stop would be to Put on my hot rain gear climbing up a hill. I think it worked. I reached the top and I'm heading down. Got 3 more miles to the bottom of the hill and boots off hostel. That is a rattlesnake. He is not happy with me. I'm going to keep going down the trail and leave him alone. Just as he was on my left, and just as I walked past him, he started to rattle at me. Since leaving Springer, that's my first rattlesnake, and he was a big boy. That's one of the drawbacks to the weather getting warmer. Things like snakes are cold-blooded, so when the weather's really cold, they're kind of in a stupor, but they get much more active when the weather warms up. So I'll have to keep my eyes and ears open for rattlesnakes now. I'm getting close to the bottom. Today was a 9-mile day. That's all I planned for today. And that was on purpose. I got on trail later this morning because my husband and I checked out of the hotel in Johnson City this morning, went and got breakfast. So by the time I got on trail, it was almost 9:30. Also, I've been pushing a lot for the past month. And part of that is because I knew that I was going to meet my husband in Hampton, and we were going to celebrate our anniversary in Johnson City. So I wanted to be able to get here. And that meant pushing some bigger days, some of those 15, 16, 17 plus mile days. That's what helped to keep me on schedule and get me here to meet him on time. But moving forward, for the next week, maybe 2, I'm going to scale back my miles a little bit just to kind of give my body some time to recover. And then we'll see where I go from there. Then maybe I'll start adding more miles as they get comfortable. I'm going to try to average more like 12 miles a day, a couple 14s maybe. But that's what I'm looking at for the next week or 2, some shorter days. Hysterical. It's the shower. And this is the bunkhouse. They're all color coordinated. I have the teal bunk. All right, I'm leaving Boots Off Hostel. That place was a lot of fun. It had a very earthy vibe. I'm glad I decided to stop there and put that into my plan. It's 8:30. I feel so decadent. I slept late. But, now that I can ease back a little bit on the miles for a few days, I didn't feel the pressure to start at 6 a.m. I'm sure I'll be getting up early again before too long. How fun those trees are. The first part of my day goes around Watauga Lake. And then I climb up the mountain and onto the ridge line. Hey there, little fella. You alive? Maybe not. Oh, yep, there goes your tongue. This is the dam at Watauga Lake. And the trail walks right across the dam. Now, who painted the blazes like that? I'm taking a snack break. I've got about 3 miles to the top of this climb. I'm feeling a little sluggish climbing today. I think I slack packed yesterday, and it was a shorter day. The day before that was a 0. The day before that was actually a shorter day into Braemar Castle, and although I wasn't slack packing, I was at the end of a resupply, so my food bag was basically empty. Now I'm at the beginning of a resupply. So I'll get there. I'm just going slow today. I remember why I like to start early in the day. I hate climbing in the afternoon. It's so much cooler in the morning. I've got about 5.5 miles to the tent site that I'm aiming for. Lunch today is chocolate peanut butter on a pita.